Hello and welcome to ConsoleTrading.com's video on Remote DMX on MA2. Remote DMX is a feature that's in a lot of consoles, and it's mainly used for taking a small lighting controller or console and sending a couple of channels of DMX to an MA system, which then plays back a chase that can have a lot more fixtures on it. So a good case would be a room look, or stuff like that, where you need a lot of lights but you don't need a lot of finite control over them, or you don't have space for the console down at your operations position. So let's begin. So we'll go over to MA2. I'm using MA2 2.83, but this tutorial will be handy for anyone running anything from 2.6 upwards. So the first thing we do is we need to configure what it's going to control. So we'll drop into our dual view, and we'll create a little scene here. So I'm going to grab my Mac 700s, just run them up, give them a color like so, and position them in a position that isn't their normal home position like this, and give them a gobo. Like so. And then all we do is we store it like we do a normal queue, and we can see that we can run it like so. And there we go. Okay, so we take note of what page this appears on. We can see that this is fader page 1 and we're using executor 1 here. So then when we go back to create the remote DMX, we need to take that information in mind. So here we go. So we go setup, we go network configuration, and if you've got a console, your console will appear, and you need to define your XLR in. And you set port mode to in, and then the universe. Now depending on your console, or whether you're using it on PC system, you can set any universe you want, but obviously you try to keep this away from your outputs. So in most cases it's really good to just absolutely move it away from anything so you know that it's the right DMX. I like to use universe 50, so you type in universe 50, and that part's done. So now we're telling MA what to do with that DMX. So that's what you do on a console. It's very similar on a non-PC system. Instead of going to consoles, you just go to on PC and you set the XLR to whatever you want. So on PC wings, there is no set DMX in, although there is a female point on the back of the console. Male point on the back of the console for you to plug it in. It can also be used as an output, but in this case it comes up as XLRC. So what we do is we do the same, we go in and we define the universe as 50. That's how to do it on both systems. Now we need to tell it what to do with this information. So we go back to our show, we're still in the setup menu, we go remote inputs, we select DMX remotes tab, and we can either add them one by one or we can add multiple. I'm going to add multiple, but I'll only configure 2. Actually, we'll only configure 1. So here we go, and it tells us what control it's coming in on, and we know that it's universe 50, so we type 50.1, and because we selected both of them, 50.1 and 50.2 is created. Then we just need to set the type to executor. We want page 1, and we want executor 1 and executor 2. Now I don't have anything in executor 2, so we'll record that in a second. Where it says button, we just need to change it to fader. So basically it's controlling and manipulating the fader. And that's it. Now if you've got a desk plugged in, all you'd have to do is move that fader, and it'd trigger that Q stack. Now I did record 2 DMX remotes on purpose, and that was simply so that I can demonstrate the fact that even though we've only got one recorded, we can put them in later. So sometimes it's handy to just leave these in your standard show file so you know that all you have to do on a certain page is record the first 5 and it'll just work. So we'll record another one. We'll take this one out completely. We'll grab our color beams. We'll position them up like this. And just for the fun of it, we'll run an effect over it. I haven't got any effects in this show file. Interesting. Doesn't matter. Oh yes, I do. There they are. So we run a pan tilt circle, so we can see that it'll work also with an effect in board. So we go store, and we select the second fader. And we can see that there's the second fader, so we can manipulate it here. And we'll go back to our dual view, and we can manipulate it with the mouse manually. We can see that it runs, or we can do it with remote DMX. And there you go, that's remote DMX on MA2. If you have any questions, feel free to drop by the frequently asked questions section on our website and I'll be happy to answer it. Thanks.